and actually adjust it. That should be good. Okay. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another awesome video. I'm going to stream for the evening with you guys, and we're going to basically just talk about basically what happened. Literally, I can officially say last week we got off the ship of our Disney cruise and all that stuff. But before we get into that, well, I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to have a backdrop of the. There's a thing on Disney Plus, hashtag not sponsored, but would love to be sponsored. But in the background, I have the actual ship, the making of the Disney Wish back when it was like 2021. I think when they made this ship, I don't remember. All I know is that this is one of the more recent ships that they've made, and that there have been more and countless ones after the Disney Wish, and there's going to be more afterwards after that. And their plans are so far they want to at least have, I think they thought about a dozen, almost over a dozen ships. And I think that's crazy to me, if I'm being honest. But hey, the more the merrier, the different experiences, the better, honestly. And this one was definitely a awesome experience. And before I'll get into more details, but I'm gonna just do a little icebreaker just until everyone comes on in and jumps on in, if anyone tunes in, and then I'll start talking about and chiming in about stuff. And don't mind me, I'm not sponsored, but I am a little peckish, so I will be taking a snack or two now. So yeah. So in the meantime, I had prior to this wanted to do this last Sunday, but some of you don't know. Some of you don't know. Some of you know that literally the Sunday we got back home, I was getting ready to stream. My wife Belle was like, no, she wasn't feeling all right. Other stuff was happening. Other stuff was kind of going on. So I was like, okay, I'll move it to next time. And then I said, what about Friday? She goes, yeah, Friday seems fine. I'm like, okay. So whatever is cool with her, because she's my wife. I wanted her to also have some sort of say in this stuff. Like, this is my domain, but she's allowed to say stuff and add her input and add her intel and whatever else. So yeah, but in the meantime, I've had shorts for you guys to check out, and also I and Belle have been watching and catching up on some anime that we started before we left for our honeymoon. So far, we've watched 4 animes, not in total. I mean, in total, but not in a row. She just showed me Fruit Basket. She just showed me Boys Over Flowers. We just finished Oran High Academy, and we are still currently watching Kyokara Mo, and we kind of started a 5th one, which was Brothers Conflict. And honestly, I really dig the vibe that we've been watching animes together, honestly. I think it's kind of cool. It gets me more into wanting to watch more animes. It gives me an excuse to watch more animes, and there's some that I still need to watch. I started Konosuba years ago. I started JoJo years ago. I still need to get back to those. So it's definitely in the long list and line of stuff that I will eventually get to. So, anyways, none of this now. But in terms of the animes that we have watched so far, only the 4, not counting Brothers Conflict. We literally just started the first couple of episodes. Not counting that show, because I have no idea how I feel, like where to rank it. Because so far, I think out of all the animes I've seen that we've both seen together, I think if I were to do a tier list right now, I think it would go, I said this already to her, is it would go Fruit Basket, then it would go Kyokara Mao, then it would go Boys Over Flowers, and then it would go Oron High. And I know there's probably people that like Oron High, honestly, but to each their own on people's opinions. But that's where I think, because I don't know, Fruit Basket was the first one we both of us watched together. I really dug the Zodiac stuff, and without getting into too much of it, I really was hooked into every moment, into everything that happened. So I don't know. I was on not the edge of my seat, but there were a lot of things that happened for me that really just stuck out in terms of Kyo Karamao. I love the fantasy. I love that it's kind of got like a medieval realm, and you got Yuri Lowenthal in there as Yuri, the Demon King. I just dig that. And then with Boys Over Flowers, there was a lot of ups and downs that I had with the series, but I think I was really in it. I was hooked on the drama. I was hooked in on the romance. And that theme song, I think, is catchier versus Oron High. Oron High isn't, it's good. I liked it. And a lot of these animes, don't get me wrong, I liked a lot. That I will put out there is I liked these 4 animes. But my thing is that, I don't know, I was more into the drama with Boys Over Flowers versus Oron High. But what's going on, guys? I'm glad for you to tune on in. If you guys want, feel free to leave stuff in the chat. I'm going to basically kind of go over recaps of things that we happened and what we did during our wonderful, lovely honeymoon. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why stream it? So I kind of got the idea at one point. I discussed it, I think, a month ago. I thought about doing this as a stream. And also, I saw that, I think it was Disney Dan did a similar thing. He podcasted/streamed a thing where him and his wife were talking about their honeymoon or something like that, or how they met. So I thought, why don't I do something similar just for fun, just for the sake of it, just for whatever sort of situation. So I'm going to kind of recap stuff, and then if more people tune in, and we'll catch up on everything and all that great jazz. But I don't know actually where to start, to be honest. Actually, you know what? I know where I'll start with, because this is not my first rodeo. This is definitely 100% not my first rodeo. And I feel like I am being a little self-conscious because I'm looking at my angle, but you know what? We're not going to talk about that. But so this is not my first rodeo. I have done at least 4 cruises in my life, and this is my second Disney cruise. My first one was with my parents. That was at least over 10 years ago, and then same goes for my first cruise, period. Now, when it came to our first cruise, for a reason, we decided to do Carnival. I think that was just a cheaper one at the time, and I remember I fell asleep. All of a sudden I woke up, and we're in Cape Canaveral, or wherever our departure or our barking was, and I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this was such a surprise, because my folks were like, we're going somewhere for a few days. And I'm like, oh, I was like, okay, fell asleep and woke up. I'm like, wow. So same thing, copy and paste for when we did our Disney cruise. I fell asleep. We were in Cape Canaveral. I woke up and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what a surprise. It was like back in September years ago. And then I did a second Carnival that was at least 3 years ago, but was a whole other experience, because I didn't enjoy the experience I had with it for several reasons, and a lot of other stuff that happened behind the scenes, essentially. But this time, me and Belle got to do this. We got to have a great time and enjoy the cruise, and it was our first cruise together. It was her first cruise and her first Disney cruise, and that made me super excited. It was really great. So I love that a lot. And going into this, I was kind of taken back to that whimsy of like, wow, be on a ship, be on a cruise. This is great. This is wonderful. And they do a little thing. All the cruises, ships, they do like a whole announcement of like, please welcome in. And then they announced our last name, and that was cute. It didn't, usually there's like a big like woohoo and, and a cheering and a crowd and a roar and all that they do. But it was just kind of like anticlimactic. But to me, in my heart, I was like, that felt good to hear, them announce us as officials. And it was really fun. It was cool. So I dug that. And that was literally like the first swing we did when we got on the ship. And then I think immediately we went to our room, because we were exhausted. I think we had to take our luggage. We were waiting for our shit and all that sort of stuff. So we were like, let's wait. And then once we got our stuff, or I think once we did or didn't get our stuff, we decided let's just drop stuff, go check out the ship. We really just, it's great, honestly. And I'm not just saying this to be, a overhyping Disney fanatic, but Disney knows how to do the experiences and knows how to really treat their guests when it comes to both the parks and especially on the ship. A lot of the people that were working on the ship get to know you really well and throughout the days that you're embarking on the ship. So it's great. It's sentimental a little bit, and it's that little extra touch of details that kind of make you go, "Wow, that was nice." Like our housekeeping guy, he was so awesome. He was so chill. He was so humble, and he was so awesome. He had been doing his career for over 10 years or around 10 years. And when we got our stuff back, we had sat in a room for a little bit after whatever we did. I think we missed the sailing away show because they have a sailing away, going away celebration. There's, music, dancing, characters, cast members having a good time. Everyone's up on the, like, basically the top deck. And we missed that because of things that were going on. And plus, we were kind of waiting for Belle's luggage because we were missing that. And I thought to myself, where is it at? And I was literally calling them. I was like, do you know where it's at? What's going on? And they were telling me, can you describe it? And the moment I was talking to them or I got off the phone, our housekeeping guy came in and was like, I got the luggage right here. And I was like, you are a miracle worker. It was so great. And he was so attention to detail, so like very caretaking. He was like making sure we're okay. He's like, are you feeling better? How are you feeling today? And like the little stuff you put, the towels, they made the animals and the little chocolates and mints, whatever, like sort of stuff. He was cool. He was super great. So I loved that. And also real quick, and then I'm gonna get back to everything else, but I have other things we'll have to address, and hopefully I can kind of get you all in on your input, but that will be for later on. So day one, we were very much at sea, got an idea of the feel of the ship. It was cool. You see characters walking around, wandering around here and there. They're by the main center, the main stage area. There was, not that this is a complaint, but I was really surprised with some things, because when the ship was, I think, debuted, there is a front little stage for characters to come on out and maybe do a little show or do a little skit, or for kids to go up there and maybe take pictures, or maybe just be kids. It was so cute watching kids just do stuff and be silly, and other little stuff here and there that me and Belle watched, and we were just kind of, our hearts melted by the scene, just the sight of this stuff. But the stage, usually I don't know what happened to them, but there were supposed to be two cast members, or two, I guess, original characters that Disney had made to go in the theme with the ship, which is called the Disney Wish. It's supposed to have this theme of fairy tale or fantasy or something. Each ship has a different theme or has like an aesthetic specific for that ship, and it's supposed to go along with the story. So there's supposed to be like these two, I don't know what happened to them, but there's supposed to be these two characters that I heard they were part of the ship, and they were dressed up very fancy. One like presented himself like a, not a suitor, but he presented himself like a prince, and the other, the woman, his companion was, I guess, just someone in a dress. I don't remember their names. I know there's probably Disney fanatics that know this shit better than I do. And the reason I bring this up is because I remember seeing in a video, someone compared these two, and then the Treasure, which is one of the newer ships that came after the Wish, they had these two adventurer characters that are a lot more entertaining than the ones on the Wish. And I thought that was kind of interesting. But I noticed there wasn't those two, and not that's a big deal, but just something I wanted to kind of put out there. That was random thought, but I just was like, I was trying to look at stuff and kind of look around, be observant, because I had seen some videos prior. And of course, there's this right here that literally talks about what goes into the ship, all the little details that they put, the stores, the shops, the restaurants, dining, everything about it, entertainment, all of it goes into, like, the little details and little nods are in there. Like the main main entry, whatever place where you have the stairs and there's like usually a statue of a Disney character. This one was Cinderella. So behind Cinderella's dress was Lucifer and Gus and Jacques. They're like, I guess, peeking out through the dress because Jacques and Gus are just looking to kind of, they're like, let's get out of here. But the little detail, and you see up on the ceiling, there's like a chandelier with like little stars on it, and then each night it will change color or it will glow, and at a certain time it'll do this or it'll do that. So the little details, and even stuff like there's a store called, I think, Dory's Forget-Me-Nots that was really funny, and then a ice cream parlor that was Inside Out themed with the little memories, the core memories, and the little orbs, and then you have the statues of sadness and joy, and then when you leave the shop, there's a little poster, a little portrait of Bing Bong. The little things you see on this is fantastic and is phenomenal. So I'm trying to think. What else do I'm trying to like not go over every little step in detail of what we did, but I want to go over a lot of stuff that we did for sure. And like I said, if you guys have questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. Feel free to leave any suggestions. I'll look at everything. Don't worry. I'm just going to just chime in here and there, see you guys do this and sort of thing. And let me know what you guys think, because I have videos. So we'll go over that later on. So we'll go over that later, but I want to at least kind of like do this sort of like recap stuff. But I think if I remember correctly, either day 1 or day 2, we had watched The Mandalorian and Grogu on the ship, because there's a theater. This ship, a lot of cruises, not even just Disney, all cruise ships have a form of entertainment. Like this one, well, all ships, but the Disney ones just have specific themes. But when you're on a ship, you have a stage for theater shows. You have the main deck for whatever things you can do. There's stuff for dancing. There's stuff for karaoke. There's stuff for, random quizzes and trivia. That's it. Not quizzes, trivia. There's little games and all this other stuff that they offer for not only for kids, but for teens, tweens, adults. There's little things there's like kids corners for the little ones. There's a tween corner for tweens. There's a teen corner for the teens, and there's an adult privacy area for the adults. Of course, you have your things for you have your ice cream. You have also a spa. There's everything that ships carry to keep everyone on the ship doing stuff if we're at sea, or if people don't want to leave. When we're on land, or if we're at the Bahamas or wherever, there's still things to do. And there's a whole, you can see the schedule, you can see the map. There's all sorts of things you can. There's not a day wasted doing something or nothing when you're on a ship, especially with Disney. And again, I am not trying to be, an overhyped person, but I really genuinely think that and this is really legit, like an advice for anyone that watches this, because if you do a cruise, let's say you do a Carnival cruise, or you do a Royal Caribbean or a Norwegian cruise, those would be nice probably, but then when you do a Disney one, you kind of can't go back, because once you go back, you feel that difference. You feel there's something off about the experience in some way, shape, or form. So that's why one of the reasons when I did Carnival twice with my parents, it felt such a step down. And not that we can afford a Disney cruise every day and every year, but you notice that there's something definitely a little just missing. There's that little extra little magic, that extra little pixie dust that's just missing when you're doing a Disney cruise versus a Carnival cruise, or a Disney cruise versus a Royal Caribbean, which I wouldn't know about Royal Caribbean, but I assume they have that same vibe, but I don't know. So we wound up seeing The Mandalorian Grogu in their movie theater, because they show movies. They show the latest stuff. So of course, Mandalorian Grogu. There was Utopia 2. There was Hoppers. I think they had some re-releases. I think there was stuff for like Devil's Wear Prada 2, and I want to say there was. I think there was one of the Princess Diaries that they had released. I don't remember. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is we saw Mando and Grogu. And I, have my review that I literally recorded this week the idea was I wanted to record it while we were on the ship, so that way it'd be fun to record while we're on a Disney cruise and just have that at least saved, and then I can upload that later. But we wound up just doing other stuff every time, and Belle and I, every time we came back to our room, we literally were just swamped. We just were conked. We were just relaxed. We were just chilling. It was great. It was awesome, and it was chill. And I will at least say for now that I don't want to give a lot of details about my thoughts on my review for the movie, but Belle liked it a lot more than I did. She had a good time with it. She seemed to like it a lot more than I did, which that's good. Good for her. I'm happy because she has not seen any of the Star Wars shows. She had not watched Mando prior to this. She literally at times looked at me and went, "Is this somebody from the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is this supposed to be important?" And I was like, not really. There were certain things I kind of went, not everything really was mandatory. You had to watch the show. She's like, I'm fine to watch this then. I'm like, yeah, literally there might have been some things, but I hate to say it, they're not that dire. If you're a hardcore fan, a hardcore Star Wars fan, and you want to watch it, yes. But if you just don't care for the TV shows, you don't need to really. For example, she's never seen any of the cartoons like Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels, which is fine. But I'm just pointing out that there's times I'm like, this guy's from a show. She's like, okay. I was like, that guy's from a show. That's literally the only explanation you need, and that's pretty much it. Anything else, you don't need a full-fledged lore drop. You just need that guy was in a show, that guy happened, that was a thing, and that was it. Self-explanatory in a way. But I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't like it. It wasn't as good, but it wasn't as bad. I think it's not as bad as everyone says it is, but I don't think it's as good as everyone says it is. But to everyone that loves it, awesome. To anyone that hates it, awesome. So you just gotta have your own whatever. You pick your poison, I guess, if you will. Yeah, just yeah. And I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it for the first day, because we pretty much were just usually it takes a while to be at sea because it's a long trip, so it takes a little while to get to our destinations. We have two destinations. We did the two private islands that Disney owns, which is Castaway Cay, which is the shirt I'm wearing now. This is an older shirt, but I've had this for years. You can't see it, but it says Castaway Cay or Castaway Key, however you want to read it, and it just says Bahamas because that's where the islands are. But they have a new one, which is on my hat here, from Lookout Cay or Lookout Key, which is also it's a lighthouse port. Never mind, I thought it was the Bahamas as well. Never mind. So, which also we have stuff I'll show you guys in a moment too. There's stuff that we definitely bought when we were on this ship, both when we were on the islands and both when we were on the ship, because we wanted to at least get as much, not as possible, but there's a lot of things that we were like, okay, well, we got to get this. We should get this. Should we get this? Should we not get this? We had, all right. We wanted to figure out what we wanted to spend and what we wanted to save. And we kind of did that pretty well, but also but we did okay. We did fine. We're fine though. We're fine. I forgot, it's literally staring at me in the face. This was the bucket that we got when we watched Mando and Grogu. Which, speaking of which, that's here right now. Hello.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Hope you're almost
Am I almost done? I just kind of started. Why? What?
done.
No?
Annoyance is all I have. Annoyance!
Annoyance. I'm sorry. I thought you knew. Not that you knew, but
No, I didn't know.
No?
Look like I didn't.
oh, I'm sorry,
Just look
baby.
at the face of somebody who's in the know.
Damn. I'm sorry. I literally just got what?
Are you still recording?
Yeah, why? Hold on.
Please.
Anyways, people, that's TMI. That was TMI stuff. No one heard a thing. No one heard a thing. But oh yeah. Okay. Now I remember what I was going to say. Our first night, each night you get a different dining experience, and they kind of schedule you specific places you'll be at. So there's specific restaurants you sit at and do whatever stuff, and you dine and you enjoy the experience that it's provided. So, and if you don't meet your due or meet your time when you're scheduled, I mean, there's literally a buffet. There's a whole buffet, which was also adorably themed to. It was the Mickey Mouse cartoons, and it had, one was a barbecue thing, one was a pizza thing, Italian, whatever,
It was
tacos.
Mickey's Festival of Foods.
Yes, exactly as.
And I thought you were gonna say on the first night my wife got violently ill.
Oh, I didn't say that. I was trying to avoid saying that. I literally said when what was it when I was looking for your suitcase, and I said that you weren't. I was like, we were just chilling and we just missed the show because we were just dealing with stuff. But not you dropping the fact that you were ill. I don't know what.
I was not ill.
Well,
I was violently ill.
Violently, she says. Well.
I want everyone to know that I did not gain my sea legs until like the end of day 2.
Yeah.
Props to anyone who wants to go on a ship. If they give you any nausea stuff, put that thing on before you get on the boat.
Yeah.
One of us can't read and didn't know that, so now you know.
Now you know. Yeah, no. This was literally the bucket that they provide for you. It was either this or they have
you paid extra for C3PO.
You pay an extra $20 or $40 for the other popcorn buckets that they had, which was like Belle said, the C3PO head. There was one of the B1 BX units, the little droids from Jedi Fallen Order. Those little guys was a popcorn bucket, and there was another one I think they had. I think it was Grogu, and
there's also a Bluey sticker.
So yeah, that's right. So we went with the default one, but it's cute. It's cute. Which, by the way, when I opened this, there was still leftover popcorn in here, like the kernels and all. I literally opened this. I opened it and smelled, and I went, "Oh, there's like rattle in here." So that was funny. But we did. The festival, the Mickey Festival foods. Those are really cute. The little hand-drawn, little penciled-in designs, the way the 2D looks 3D, those were cute. Yeah, the chalkboard, whatever stuff you want to call it. But with our first dining experience was a Marvel restaurant. I don't remember what it was called, but it was very themed to Ant-Man. Very much the playing on, here's a tiny portion, here's a giant portion, shrinking and stuff like that.
Which, FYI, I was the only person at this table that hit the button.
Oh yeah, the little
I think everyone else was too nervous to do it.
There is at your table a little device that's an interactive show that you press the button. That's like this quantum thing that defeats Ultron because, long story short, for whatever reason, it shrinks and grows stuff, and you're given one of these, and at one point you're told to take out Ultron because Ultron just shows up on the ship, and then the Avengers show up, and Ant-Man and Wasp are like, all right, we got to take care of the chicken tenders first, and then we'll help you guys and shit like that. So that was fun. And speaking
How many people are watching this?
Just Mage, Tom, and Brandon right now.
No.
Not even many people, which if more people tune in, great. If not,
Howdy,
not the
guys.
deal. Which, speaking of Brandon, he's on a cruise actually. He was just telling me. He said no, just a cruise, like a carnival or something. I was like, okay, cool. So, speaking of which, help you enjoy your cruise. And as much as I want you to stick around, enjoy your experience.
Oh my god, he has good Wi-Fi.
I don't know if he left. Actually, I don't know if he left, but he did say this morning he was like, I'm heading off. So, okay.
I'm glad he has good Wi-Fi.
You know, oh my gosh, our service for the ship.
Listen, if you put the fact that you're in the middle of the ocean on a boat, it's not bad.
Yeah. But it did have its moments. But yeah, he did leave. Yeah, that's fine.
You're pointing at me. You want me to shut up? Or?
No, I was saying like you're making a good point.
Oh.
No, I was saying facts. Like
Really
exactly.
sorry.
No, baby.
No.
No, I don't want the cake. I want you. I want you. But so yes, the Marvel experience. There was a little thingy, and then she was the only one that pressed the button. I just thought it was funny. But what was funnier? I just wanted to see what would happen because literally.
I told you that nothing would happen if you didn't press the button.
Yeah, it's literally if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. It really did not matter. Oh, he's on the road. That's why. Yeah, I know.
Children be like,
oh my gosh, all the kids, the family next to our table was so much more funnier and more fun than our table because they were pointing at the screens. There's screens that show basically bios about each character. Like here's Bucky, here's Tony, here's Nick Fury, here's villains like Killmonger and other ones. And I'm hearing in the background, they're like, oh my gosh, Bucky, and they're fanboy and fangirl, and I thought it was so hysterical.
And then they were like, guys, do you guys like Marvel or Star Wars? And they went, no.
Literally,
I was like, why are you on this boat?
Literally, the couple we were next to, they were really nice, but oh my gosh, it was so awkward because the first time we were like next to each other, like front to like this way, like
okay,
vertical.
How about we put it this way? It was a rectangular table for 6 seats. One couple sat across from each other on the left, one couple sat across from each other on the right, which left me and Andrew sitting in between these two strangers across from each other.
Yeah. So we were sandwiched in, I think, in there, if I remember correct. Which normally we do that whenever we sit down at dinner or lunch, wherever we're at. But
yeah, but then put it between two strangers.
But being between other people is a different situation, as she just pointed out. So it was really weird, and the couples again were nice, but oh my gosh,
They were all newlyweds.
yes. So the first one on our left was going on about this is our 4th cruise that we've done this year, and I'm just thinking I'm like trying to keep it together. I'm like
Guys, we ate soup for 6 months to afford nothing.
yeah, literally.
And the other couple was like, oh, my grandparents bought me this cruise. I'm like, what's that like?
Yeah, and it felt so weird because I'm a teacher. I'm this. I'm a nurse or I'm a doctor or whatever. What are you? And I'm like, no one. That's it's not a competition, but it just felt so odd. And what's even funnier was
And then I said what I did.
yes, and I said
And they
something
said,
similar.
What's that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I was like,
criminology, lawyers, stuff.
Google it.
Yeah.
Kill that.
Kill it. Oh, I think was this from? Oh, this is not from earlier. Never mind. This is a newbie. I think.
Move it.
Oh, he's
Right.
on his back.
so?
I was gonna grab it with something.
Well, do something.
Well, I'm gonna grab a napkin or something.
I'll be darned if it survives in this apartment.
If this survives in this apartment and in this economy.
Hey, nobody lives in this place for free.
Exactly. Exactly. Did I step on it? Oh, I did. I did. I mean,
Unknowingly stepped on it.
again, yes.
Wow.
Yes. It was funny.
How many minutes is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
Surfer City.
it was just, I even tried, I don't know, the conversation just felt so weird because even the guy next to me wore a Superman. He wore a Superman shirt, and I made a joke saying, hey, you wore that to be, a not Marvel guy. Like, haha, like you're wearing DC. I see what you're doing, sort of thing. And he kind of went, yeah. And then I said, don't worry, I have a Shrek shirt in my suitcase to make a joke. And he said, And that was it. I was like, oh my gosh. It was something.
Awkward.
And then his girlfriend or his wife was
Yeah,
more into
his
it.
wife.
His wife was more into it than anything because she
You
was.
didn't hear on the last day well, for both of them actually. On the last day, both wives said,
I was
well,
on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I got him into it. So of course they're not into it. The
Yeah.
wives are into it.
Yeah. Well, kinda, but that's
What?
no.
What?
Brandon's asking that he thought you dealt with other stuff with your career
Huh?
with kids.
I do.
I didn't know if that was permittable.
Too private? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is that permittable?
It's permittable.
Okay.
I work with kids and the law.
The law.
And that is all that I can
The
say.
law demands it.
That is all I can say.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
No.
Life gets too crazy.
Too crazy.
To say anything else.
Exactly.
Which I have tea later.
Tea.
Oh,
More
yeah.
tea. That's what was the mute thing was tea, which you don't.
It wasn't even tea. It was just facts at that point.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
not
gosh,
gossip.
yes.
It's just like,
Yeah. What I know. Still. But I enjoyed the Marvel thing. I think
Why
it was
didn't you grab
great.
it?
What?
Why didn't you grab it?
Grab what? Oh.
Dad. No, Dad.
Grab what?
Dad.
Grab cat.
Dad, on the floor. The item on the floor. Dad, you know, you just touched it. You just touched it again, Dad.
Oh.
What is that?
It's just a little mulch thing, I think.
Where did it come from?
I don't know. I was just leaving trash on
Yeah.
the floor for now. Just for
Okay, we'll
now.
put it on top of the check. Close the
Oh.
cheese it. What
I
are you gonna
had
sigh?
I had that open because I was snackish. I was a little peckish.
While streaming,
Yeah.
have
Why
you
not?
no morale?
I've drank on stream before.
Drink is different.
The finger reveal. Your finger was in the way.
I took my wedding ring off. Here's
Oh, the sunburn, the suntan.
no,
You
for
can
real.
kind of see it a little bit.
Kinda.
Well, from the angle, the
Oh.
lighting is what I mean. Yeah. Which, by the way, fabulous nails as always.
It's the same.
I know. I'm just pointing them out because they're
Nothing has
fabulous.
changed.
I know, but I wanted to acknowledge that on here because they are fabulous and they were really great for the wedding.
Here's hand reveal.
Oh,
Hand reveal.
yeah.
Andrew got burnt. He looks like a lobster. On
Oh
his
my
back.
gosh, when we did both islands, the Lookout Key and then Castaway Key, mainly me, but definitely Belle. We had you said mine was worse. Did you not say my
Oh,
son?
it's a bajillion times
Yeah,
worse.
that's why I was like me. If anything, sunburn almost to the core. There's a little spots here and there, but somehow I got it almost on my back, on my shoulders a little bit. And the thing is, we stayed sunscreened and all sunproof and all, but somehow they were still managed to get just a burn on my back. And even when I think we were on the pool, the private pool, the little adult pool area, just anytime the sun, I just easily turned into like a turkey, which was crazy. But with the
Mute it real quick.
you could have
No.
said that.
No, I'm not gonna.
Why not? Is it
I'm afraid of being canceled.
being canceled?
Anyways.
That's crazy.
Anyways.
Well, I liked the Marvel thing. What'd you think on this?
What did you even eat at the marble thing? I'm trying. Oh.
Oh God!
Oh, you know, I have photos. I
Yeah,
can
pull
look.
up the pictures. I'm not gonna pull them up on here because we don't have the link, or at least I don't have it on a tab. Plus, I don't want to.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember eating the little itty bitty cheese. Oh,
Yeah.
chicken shawarma or shawarma.
Shawarma. You had shawarma, and then I don't remember what I had, or maybe I had the same thing as you. I
Oh,
don't.
look, there's the buttons.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you kind of can see it, kind of can, kind of don't. That's kind of why I have this as the backdrop because it's the wish themed.
I had the cheesecake bite.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
It's cute.
Just know that whatever beverage you pick on the first day,
They're just gonna automatically assume you want that beverage every other day.
Again, backfill details.
I mean, you can tell them no, but that's like not my point. They'll still come up to you with a fresh iced Coca-Cola and go, "Do you still want a Coke?" And it's like you've already poured it, so I kind of feel obligated to say yes.
They literally, and that's another thing of the little details that the cast and the
they remember you by name.
Exactly.
You'll walk up and they'll be like, "Hey there," and I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah, they
Whoa.
even remember specific drinks you had the first night. They'll
Things
keep
you
doing
didn't
that.
like.
Exactly, and that's
Crazy.
just. I don't know if that's just cruise.
Carnival wishes.
I don't know if that's just cruise ship in general
You
material.
forgot the word honeymoon. Our lovely honey.
Oh. Okay. I can still edit it while I'm doing this, I think. I'm certain of, yeah. How did I miss that? Is crazy to me. That's funny. Thank you for that, baby. That was a good hoot.
Yeah, I also love honey. What a Winnie the Pooh ass
Damn it.
statement.
If I can do this real quick.
I'm trying to see the time mark in which I walked in and you were like, "Me?"
Hey. That'll do for now. I think I'll change it and fix it a little bit later. But Honeymoon is on there. I don't know how I missed that. It's crazy to me. And no one even said anything? Guys! No one said anything to me?
I'm the mod.
What? No, but it was a cool experience.
Okay, turn on the fan. The fan.
Oh, fan.
It smells. I
Okay.
swear I'm not lighting the kitchen on fire, but
Okay.
boy, oh boy, does it smell like it.
Our stove is very, not old-fashioned, but it's not electric, let's just say.
Brandon, I have seen that movie. I don't know about Andrew, but it was great and very sad.
Art's Racing in the Rain.
The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Not
It's
that
a dog movie.
I don't know.
I know it doesn't sound like it, but it is a dog movie.
Okay.
And it's great and sad and very emotional.
Not that I know of, but so far, no. No, it's just funny. Like the whole Marvel thing's kind of cool. But anywho, the second day we weren't at sea yet. No, we were still at sea.
The second day we only did the sea. We were stuck on the boat.
We were still
What
on
do
the
you mean?
boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Second day was just the day at
Oh
sea.
yeah, that's right. Because
We didn't land anywhere. We were just
the
chilling
third
out.
day was Lookout Cay, and then our last official day was Castaway Cay. Okay, yeah.
Why? This is why I'm here, to fact check your ass. Apparently, you don't remember something that happened literally last week.
Well, I was thinking to myself if we either had went Tuesday or if we went Wednesday. That's all I remember. I wanted to just be sure of it. I should watch it. Let me look it up real quick while I'm at it. Arts of Racing in the Rain. I feel like that sounds familiar. Hold on. I'm still here, of course, guys. Art of Racing. Wait, Racing in the Rain. I feel like, is it what I think it is? Oh, I think I've seen this actually. Let me see. Who is in it? I might know this. Kevin Costner. I think this is familiar. I don't know why it rings a bell to me. The cast I don't recognize. Well, some people I do recognize, but other than that, I don't know. That does look familiar though, because there were ironically enough 2 movies I remember specifically watched when I was on the Carnival cruise with my parents 3 years ago. There was a movie about, I think, a dog or a car, and then the other one was 500 Days, I think, of Summer. It was the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel.
Throughout the movies we watched on Disney Cruise.
Where Flubber and Muppet Treasure Island. No, we had Flubber,
No.
Muppet Treasure Island, and then Monsters Inc.
We also watched freaking Heart of Toy Story 1.
Well, in our room,
Oh.
I'm saying. Oh, yeah.
You're not going to count the other stuff?
Well, yeah, I'll count those.
We fell asleep to Empire on the deck, and then we woke up, and nobody had told us to leave. So
Yeah. So the
it was
Disney
like 1 a.m. in
cruises,
the dark.
the cruise ships with Disney have They have a giant projector for all the kids that can enjoy the pool, the family to enjoy. Literally, kind of. You can't tell, but you can literally see a little bit. I don't want to move the camera, so I'm gonna lean a little bit.
No, it's gone.
Yeah, it's fine. So there's a big screen for everyone
What the
to
heck
enjoy.
was that?
What? Oh, that's probably part of the Star Wars stuff. Yeah,
We didn't have that at our Star Wars stuff. What do you mean?
that might have been on the bar, or that might have been elsewhere.
It was not at the bar.
I don't know. I don't entirely know. There were still things that we missed, honestly, which is fine. Because there's a lot to do.
Please remember, I was violently ill.
Yes, but I'm just saying the point there was still a lot to do, which is fine. Okay, so there's a big screen, and for everyone to basically watch, and there's a movie they put on. They put on whatever Disney movies they put on. There was Little Mermaid. There was I don't know if there was Aladdin there, but there probably was at one point. There was Toy Story. Well, I don't know if there was Aladdin, but I'm saying there probably was because
I want
of the
everyone
play.
to know that I didn't say anything. All I did was make a face.
There was Little Mermaid, Toy Story. There was Muppet Treasure Island. They had playing for Pirate Night or Pirate Day, Pirate Night, whatever. They had also other ones that were playing. I think Monsters Inc. was definitely one that was on the screen. And they have other ones rolling around. And at one point, as Belle mentioned, we were just chilling one night. And we were in the middle of Empire Strikes Back. And we just fell asleep. And then we woke up. And I remember the part we were at. And I just thought it was funny how, and it was 1, maybe even close to 2 in the morning, whatever time it was. But it was late/early. But it was just so comfortable, so nice. This little, not canopy, but oh my gosh, the way the seating was on those specific spots were so good. I was like, wow. I was like, it was just, and then the only thing was missing was this blanket. And funny enough, the night after that, which was the pirate night, we sat in the same spots, and we had a guy come in and literally said, "Here, you want a blanket?" And I was like, "Yes, please." So it was good. So we just kind of chilled, I think, the second day. The third day is where things went down because we went to the first private island, which was Lookout Cay, the new one they have. It was cute. It was great. It was chill. Nothing really to add specifics to. Some people came on the island, and some stayed on the ship because there's a lot to do on the ship, and then people can take advantage of things. For example, there's a little raft ride or boat, little tunnel slide that is called the Aqua Mouse that people, I think, did while we were all off on the shore. But it's a cute little area. It's new to me. There was some things I was like, there's an announcer about these. No, what was it? There was random announced characters that they had. I don't know. It's lore. But this is where, of course, we got the hat. And where, I don't remember what else we had gotten. But I'll go through that stuff later. Never mind. I was going to find everything specifically, but no. I'm not going to do that. Thinking about binge watching One Tree Hill or okay, random but okay, or Gilmore Girls. Go with can't go wrong with the Gilmore Girls or the yeah. Do you mean the Golden Girls or Gilmore Girls? Either way, not important. But we wound up doing the public beach because there's other those stuff that are extra when it comes to doing everything off the boat, because there was bike riding, there was jogging, there was all these trails you can do. You can do a 5K. There's literally there's a private beach for adults. There's this event. There's this thing.
Which on the first day we didn't do the private beach for adults, and then I quickly kind of hated that we didn't do the private beach for adults.
Because
nothing towards the kids, but I think they just lack spatial awareness.
We were pretty much crowded a little bit at times.
Crowded? A child literally touched feet with me.
Oh my gosh.
Twice. I don't need our piggies touching. I don't need anyone touching my piggies.
No touching the piggy wiggies. Why do
you have that?
I had a rag because I literally got out of the shower. and I don't know if my hair was still dripping, so I was like, "Me." Anywho,
Spatial awareness. Just know a lot of people. It was their first day on Earth.
oh my
And
gosh,
I wish them the best as they quickly learn how the real world works. Look, there's that film that we watched on the screens behind you.
It was, I don't even remember what they actually called it, but it was literally
You're gonna
just
be so mad at me.
What?
I'm trapped.
You're trapped.
Hold on.
I can smooth this over. Yeah. You're okay.
Okay, now you can push it back.
Okay.
I will return to the other chair.
Okay.
So that I don't have to bother you. Good God.
No, it's okay. You're not bothering me, sweetie. I don't mind you being here. It makes it
I just wanted to go to the other side so we don't have to move it back and forth.
okay.
That's all.
That's fine.
Period.
Yeah, I don't. This had to have been elsewhere because I really don't remember this part of the ship, that Star Wars thing. I know we did. There's like a lounge or a bar that they had, but I don't remember there being all this other stuff that I'm looking at on the screen here. me and that child parents would have thrown hands as quoted by Brandon. But the
I mean,
Oh.
perfectionist babies.
yeah, or just I guess personal space in general, maybe, I'm guessing. Oh. So the second night we wound up doing, they have a Frozen themed thing, and this is where all the kids really like shit their pants because oh my gosh, Arendelle, Frozen, oh no, Elsa, and I'm just like, okay, it's a cute thing, but man, were we right by the stage because you have a sing along essentially of random just instrumental, not instrumental, but people that had instruments were there and they were singing along to the Frozen songs, just a part of like this whole sing along thing. As the story was, you're waiting for Anna and Elsa because it's Elsa's coordination or it's Anna and Kristoff's wedding or something. And then freaking the Big Summer Blowout kept showing up every second. And oh my gosh,
Andrew,
what?
I'm in line for the episode 9 premiere.
Oh, you're in line for the. Oh yeah, the Digital Circus. Don't say anything, guys. We're gonna watch that literally after this. I kid you not,
2 minutes.
and shit you not. Oh shit, really?
It starts in 2 minutes.
Don't say. Wait, don't watch it without me. Or are you gonna watch it again with me?
It's probably I'll watch it with you, but if you're gonna be a pain in the butt, I'll watch it by myself.
Well, it's up to you. If you're gonna watch it, then that's fine. If you want to watch it again with me, that's cool too. Whatever you want to do. Anyways, we were right there, and the big little silver block guy. I was like,
I can touch that guy.
he was right, almost right up by our face.
We could share a plate of noodles.
The stage was right there.
He could have nibbled off of my dessert.
He could have he could have sucked the drink from the straw from that distance. From the stage. But he was very, look, I love the actors. They committed to the bit and they stay in character. But oh my gosh, I kind of hated but loved how annoying he was. Just the, oh my goodness, yeah. I sat here trying to keep my shit together because I just.
That being said, they're lucky that I picked the seat closest to the stage.
Yeah, this time around, we sat next to each other. We got there early and we decided to ditch these bitches and said, we're going to sit next to each other. And then the couples that came after literally followed the same recipe as we did. So I was like, thank God, because when we were sitting across from one another and we were sandwiched between the couples, so bad. It was bad. But they were nice, but God, it was bad. So we were like, we just sat right next from each other, and it felt so much better, so much more comfortable, and it didn't feel like this weird, like, what are you doing? How are you? What are you getting? What's going on? It felt so much better that way. And freaking, they pulled in an Olaf animatronic at one point that sits on this tray or this dish wheeler thing, and I was cracking up so. I was cracking up so much at this because I was just having a hoot, and I'm basically getting like shunned and basically getting the hand from Belle because I'm making these jokes, and she's just like, no, stop right now, absolutely not. And I'm like, I can't help it. I'm trying to be funny. Yeah, I know. Literally, Ruben, Belle, and I literally just said that. I'm going to literally watch that right after this. So that is definitely going to happen. But that was something. I don't know. I will be genuinely.
It already starts different.
It starts different. Oh, that's fine. I will genuinely say that the other three trio random characters that had no name characters that were the instruments. One was a guitar, one was a guitarist, that's it. One was a violinist, and one was, I think, something else I don't remember. But I don't know if she had an instrument too.
No.
It was just a singer. So the three of them were going around and circling each other, and I really dug the guitarist and the violinist because I saw the two of them kind of look at each other, kind of smirking and shrugging along and kind of enjoying themselves. And I thought to myself, these two have a thing going on. It seems like, I don't know if it's a part of the characters or if it's actual real life couple romance going on, but I see something happening. It's cute. I liked them. The singer was okay. Don't get me wrong. Oh my gosh, the singer reminded me of the band we saw. That's what I said. That's what it was years ago. So she was fine, but God, I really liked the other two. Yeah, I don't like Frozen, but the thing is, I was willing to endure the experience. It's a part of the I guess the illusion or whatever it is. I don't know. I wanted to kind of see for myself because I've heard many other videos and other things about the other cruises, and I've said this before, and I've said it again. And I'm saying this because Bella knows this, is that the other cruise ships, like the newer ones after the Wish, like the Treasure, and I think it's either the Adventure or the Discover, something else, I don't remember, but there's two new ones that dropped within the past couple years. And then their version of that experience where you sit down in a dining area and there's a show right in front of you, they have two different ones. I think the Treasure has Coco, and the other one, the new one, has Lion King. And I kept watching the Frozen one, and I thought to myself, this is cute, but I would love to see when in the future, in a couple years or more than a couple years or whenever, but if we ever get to do the newer ones, I would love to experience the Coco or the Lion King, because the Mexican mariachi that they have for the other one, I love that. And I love Coco more than Frozen, hands down, 100%, no doubt about it. And then Lion King's Lion King. I mean, come on. And it's literally just recreating the show on Broadway, but for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes of you sitting down, eating, going from your appetizer to your main course to your dessert, all down in all one thing, all in one swoop. The waiter goes, what do you want for your appetizer? What do you want for your main dish? What do you want for your dessert? Boom, boom, boom. You eat that. Next thing. There you go. And you have that while the entertainment is happening. So I'd love to have, the Circle of Life playing, or have like the African, music or instruments going on as like I'm sitting down having like this fine dining cuisine meal and all. So it gives me a taste of how the experience is of having a show right in front of your face versus the thing we did with the Marvel show, which, by the way, they had a lot of the digital screens. There's not really a lot of like characters that really actually mix and mingle. Although Spider-Man shows up towards the end of the show, which is kind of funny because he just shows up. He quote unquote helped the situation, and he comes in, he's jamming, he's like hyping it up, he's jumping, he's like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. And then he fist bumps, he's going around high-fiving, fist bumping everything. And I'm just like, was like, this is funny. I was like, this is great. And I have a button-down shirt that even Bella got me. That's a Spider-Man shirt that's decked out in all the characters. Like there's Spider-Man, of course, on there, but there's all the villains like Doc Ock, Kraven, etc. I think it's in a video somewhere. I don't remember where, but it's in there somewhere. So the characters you see on the ship, you get pretty much the Fab Five: Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy. You get Pluto. You get some of the princesses and princes. Like sometimes you might see Moana. You might see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. You might see Tiana and Naveen. You might see Cinderella and Prince Charming. You'll see some specific characters they have for the theme. I think for some of the Marvel ones, they had. I know again there was Spider-Man. There's a meet and greet, or there was something on one of the islands you could have done with Black Panther, and then those other ones they did, but. They don't have everyone. I think Chip and Dale were on the ship. I don't know. Donald at one point, when we were above the main area, Donald was playing Duck Duck Goose with the little ones, and I just thought it was hilarious because it's cute. You know, there's a certain energy, or there's certain things that the cruise line does that you don't really get a lot at the Disney parks. It's the same, energy of the characters and meeting them, but there's certain little touches of details, and there's certain little things that are a little different. And I don't know from experience, but many people, or at least one person I know I've seen talk about, again, Disney Dan, has said that the energy of a Disney cruise ship is different than when you're at the theme park, because there's a certain energy to it that's, I don't know how to describe it, but there's just, the way he put it was, there's a vibrant, such a lively, more energy to it with the dancing and the singing and all this stuff, and the engagement with the characters, and they kind of remember you at times. But when you go to a park, there's still that same vibe, but it's not. I don't know. I've heard people compare it and contrast it. So yeah, but I think they were at one point. I just know that there was just stuff that they did that I feel like you get to have more experiences with on a ship and in this big vessel versus when you see them for 5 minutes on at a theme park. Again, versus let's say you spend maybe an hour with these characters on a ship that you're stuck on with them for a while. So yeah, isn't the same. I don't know, but there's some things that they just, not that they do different, but there's more closer engagement a little bit on the ship that I think you kind of could still get at the parks, but you only have a limited time. So that I don't know all the deets on how it all goes down, but like I said, I've heard YouTubers specify that there's a different energy and a different vibe when it comes to the cruise ship. Like when a mascot character is on a cruise ship, and that energy that person in the suit carries versus someone that carries at a theme park. So because there's only 3 dining experiences you get, we only had 4 nights to experience these things. They gave us Frozen twice, which I thought was hilarious. And what we wound up doing instead was we decided to skip it. We fell asleep, we conked out, we were lazy, and we decided, no, not happening. So we skipped that, and we just wound up having a buffet, and wound up enjoying a little festival frenzy thing, which was, again, it's very in theme to the new Mickey Mouse shorts and the Mickey Mouse cartoons, that animation, that style that I thought was adorable. Feels like Runaway Railroad sort of vibe. But I can't explain it. There's a certain energy I don't know about, but I've heard people say is different versus the parks, or at least over here, over where we are in Florida. But I don't know. I don't know from experience. I personally think that. Well, actually, here's the treasure over here. So you might see a few snippets or glimpses of how the treasure is made. but I'm gonna let just whatever play in the background just for visual at least. But from my opinion and my experience, I feel the characters you meet on the cruise, like the cast that are in those costumes, it's the same, I think, for when you meet them at the park. They have that energy, they have that tongue cheekiness that all the characters have, this very, like, they just have a certain energy that they just all, I think, it's the same from me. But other people have compared and said, well, it's different from this, it's different from this, and I don't know shit. So I'm just saying that others have said it's different. So don't quote me on it. And then also, if you can see, the Treasure has Moana as one of the live stage productions, because you get, since it's technically 3 shows you get, and you get, of course, 4 nights. So you get 3 different shows, and they're stage shows. You have your, like I said, there's a movie theater, then you have an actual theater for things. So the 3 shows that we specifically had on this ship, is there was one that it was like not a Golden Mickey's thing, but it was kind of similar to on the ship I went on years ago. There was a show called the Golden Mickey's, the equivalent of like the Oscars for Disney characters, I guess. It was like oh my gosh, everyone's all fancy and we're all shiny, and it's like woohoo! It's all a big thing about the movies and all about the shows and wow, glamour and glitz and all that. I think the show we had was similar to that. And there was that show. I don't feel like looking it up right now, but there was that show. It gave us The Little Mermaid, and it gave us Aladdin. So I think the second day or the third day, we watched The Little Mermaid. And Belle's obviously watching The Amazing Digital Circus right now for lore, but I think I can speak for for both of us a little bit. I think some parts more than others, but we didn't really like it, if I'm being honest. I feel that the Little Mermaid show that they put on our ship, it was trying to mush together. So, like I said, like with the dining experience, you have the same vibe with your theater productions on these shows, is you have 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 45 minutes, literally less than an hour to squeeze in entertainment. So both The Little Mermaid and Aladdin have to recreate and reenact the entire film in less than an hour, when there's so much other little tiny little missing things that happen, that there's this character arc that's supposed to happen. There's this little reference or this little thing that's supposed to be key to the story. And there's this thing that happens. So sometimes those work, but then you sometimes miss those beats and it feels a little off. So there was a lot of beats missing in this production of Little Mermaid. And don't get me wrong, the cast was doing a fine job. I want to give the cast props, because I just want to give them the credit. At least they were trying their best. I like to do that for actors and other people, even though they're in a shitty movie, they're trying their best. And plus, just from personal experience, I've done theater, so I am like, they at least tried, but it wasn't great. It really wasn't, because they tried to mush together not only the 45 minutes of just let's tell the story quickly and do everything chalked together, but they are mushing together the original animated movie and stuff that happens in the original movie and stuff that happens in the remake. And it felt very obvious there was stuff that they tried to push that was from the remake, specifically with the actress who was Ariel. Not only was it obviously meant to be very similar to the remake with
Let me stop all the babblings.
Uh-oh.
Let me just cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase.
Have you or a loved one ever looked at a movie and thought that this villain should just be defeated by the power of I said so? Then you may like The Little Mermaid.
Halle Berry, that's it.
Because
Halle Berry, that's it.
At one point, she literally goes, I'm stronger than you, and then she just dies. The end. They're all happy now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So if you feel like villain
Ursula.
Villain battles are too long, too much conflict, just watch this. She'll go, nah-uh, and she'll go, uh-huh, and then that's the end.
Nuh-uh.
Woo. Problem solved.
Also, the props the props for this show. It was
The Rock.
The Rock. They kept using the same rock.
Nice boulder.
They kept using the same rock and the same boulder for every location because they keep obviously transitioning because of course
This is the boat.
they go from of course they're underwater. Then they go, this is the ship. They go from this is also the beach. This is also the castle. This is also the rock is the same prop they use every single time. And I thought it was hilarious. But I was like, are we cutting corners? This should be not like Lion King Broadway here, but I feel like we should have at least a little more effort. I mean, fucking the treasure has these giant puppets for Tafiti and Taka and all this other stuff that they put into this. And we get Rock is the castle. Rock is the ship. Rock is this. Rock is the evil.
Rock was even like.
Rock is the evil layer of Ursula. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm concerned here. And not that I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I've seen better, honestly. The ship I had, again, had the Golden Mickeys. It had a really funny original show called Villains Tonight. And there was something called, I meant to look this up earlier, but I think it was called either Wish or it was called Magic or something, like a simple, just one word. And it was cute. It was like a father-daughter relationship. Father's like, oh my gosh, my child's doing things and adventuring. And all the characters like Peter Pan and Rafiki and other Disney characters are telling him in Christmas Carol style, hey, let your child have fun. She'll grow up soon and you'll miss those memories. And then there's a whole thing where she grows up and he's like, I'm going to have fun with my kid and not focus on my career. And I'm going to be a goofy dad.
I had $1 for every time I heard that plot.
It was cute though. For a live stage show, it was cute. I just thought it was cute. When I first saw that, I thought it was cute. But
How old were you? 13?
if it was 2012, 2013, I was probably actually 12 or 13, yeah, literally. So I enjoyed it. But my point I'm making is these ones were a lot better, and the production was better, and it's just rock for The Little Mermaid. So I don't know, but and the worst part is that the actors were trying their best, but the best part for me was the puppets. I'm sorry, but the puppets for me were the show, the scene stealing part of it all, because the puppets, the turtles, like the random fish that were around, I thought that was great. Even Scuttle and freaking Flounder and Sebastian, I loved the puppets so much. It was so fun. It was so cute. And I thought it was just, it was puppets. It was kind of fun. It was cool. So that show, I felt a little worried because I was thinking, okay, this was after the pandemic. Did we cut on the budget on the shows because of the pandemic? And then I was a little worried, but not luckily, the Aladdin one kind of was better. There were some things I don't know about, but it was better. I think in production it was better. But that was, I think, the last night, I want to say, because I think by the second or third day was second day or first or second day was the one show. Second or third day was Little Mermaid, and then the last day or the third day was Aladdin. But Aladdin was definitely a lot better, and I'm glad it was, because Aladdin, for me, yes, both Little Mermaid and Aladdin are the Disney Renaissance. They're the best peak films in animation, but Aladdin for me, Aladdin all the way. It's just 100% Aladdin. So I was glad that I was like, oh, thank God, there was actually some stage transitions. There was actual stage props. Like the palace had a projector, and they transitioned to the streets of Agrabah. They have a projector for the Cave of Wonders, which a lot of these shows, these newer shows, the magic and a part of the illusion is having the actors engage, I think, with the magic or something. I don't remember the term for it or the analogy for it, but the projections and the projectors and the things that happen to the actors is the magic. That's where it all boils down to, because I think the new Beauty and the Beast show on one of the cruise ships does the same thing, where there's a lot of stuff that the ship does and the projectors and the other effects do that is a part of the whole. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't you put it on now. Oh, thank God. Oh. What the fuck? Oh, that's funny. Just watch this for a good 5 seconds. You know what? Fair. Is this like a loop? Please. No, it's not a loop. Damn it. I was kind of hoping it would have been a loop. That would have been funny. Oh, Stormtrooper dancing for an hour? I would take that shit in a heartbeat. But no, the magic is whatever surrounds the actor. I think there's a whole thing on, I think, the Beast's transformation throughout, I guess, costume evolution, and that it's no longer, I think, a part of the costume. I think it's the magic that goes on around it. I don't know. I think it's the stage itself. So point is, the stage transitions and transforms the characters and does stuff.
Oh, Jacob.
Oh my God. That's funny. But I like that the Aladdin show, at least, there was more production. There was a bigger budget here for sure. And I was like, whew. I was like, thank God. I was just a little worried for a second there. But it does the same stuff, trying to cram in every little thing for 45 minutes to basically get the point across and, cut short on some corners. But it did pretty well with it. I will say, having the genie, any actor that performs the genie, whether it's on a cruise ship, at a Disney park, or in Disneyland, or on Broadway, is going to have a ball because it's their version a little bit. It's still a little bit of incorporating that Robin Williams vibe to it, but also kind of making it their own. Most notably, the Broadway actor James Englehart Monroe is known for making his version his own by making him not blue-skinned, but blackface, because he's an African-American guy. So incorporating things he wanted to do with that, incorporating other little shit here and there, whether it's the jokes, whether it's this, he made it his own. And other people pretty much kind of follow the Robin Williams sort of vibe of the pop culture references and the and the oh my gosh and everything, but also kind of putting a little bit of a different vibe, because I will admit it was funny, but I will admit and straight blunt that because we live in a different day and age, you're obviously going to have a different actor perform different references. Like, no one's going to know who Rodney Dangerfield is. No one's going to really, I don't know if anyone will get a reference of Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. There was a Schwarzenegger reference, but I don't know if anyone's going to else know who these guys that the genie's impersonating, like who's Jack Nicholson. I don't know. Like, I have no idea how people's mindsets are when it comes to older things. Like Groucho Marx was a reference that, of course, Robin Williams impersonated or made an impression of in the 1992 film. So there's a lot of like things that you do either because Robin Williams did it, or you don't do it at all because no one's gonna get the joke unless you're someone that is obviously 40 years old or 70 years old, or if you're lucky, you saw the original film at a young age. Oh my gosh. I can't with this shit. I love you so much for this. But you'll have a different version of the story. Not version, sorry. You have a different interpretation. And you have different jokes that come along with it. So a lot of the jokes, I think, stuck. But there was a lot more modern references, of course, because now there's, hey, that's not streaming on Disney Plus. Hey, is this free? Because I'm a part of the show. And, vibes like, I'm going to go and watch Mandalorian Grogu. So different references and jokes that will be made because for a modern audience. So everything, I think, stuck. But I was... No! Okay, you want the green screen? So my guest appearance for the night is Markiplier.
You wish.
You don't know. He doesn't know shit on me, so that's fine.
You aren't even a thought in this game frame.
That's what I'm saying. Which I don't care about, but I just think it's funny. I have no idea. I feel like it's probably the same thing because they own the Muppets, and it's kind of it's partially owned by them because it's the Jim Henson thing, but it's also whatever. Literally, look, Markiplier. But I joked about this so hard, and I was so committed to the bit. But the moment that Genie made, let's say he made a certain joke that only.
6, 7! Oh, 6, 7! 6, 7, 67, 6, 7.
I was trying to avoid not saying it, but thank you. Thank you. I feel like you're messing with me, Mage, so I'm not gonna deal with you right now. But yeah, as soon as that joke was made, I was willing to up and leave. I stood up for a second. I said, I'm done with this shit. No, I'm not listening to this shit. I'm not dealing with it. And of course, everyone's laughing. I'm just like, I wanted to bury my head in sand. I just can't with that shit.
You could say he hated his stupid Chungus life right then and there. And that's very Sigma of you.
Stop! Stop!
Hey, I work with kids. Leave me alone.
I know, but I just don't. I don't like it. Not you work with kids, but I don't like whatever this lingo and speaking of English and words is from kids. It's fucking weird. But yes, I know I'm being hypocritical because we've had our stupid shit, but that shit was funny. Vines were funny. 9 + 10 was funny. Shit like that's funny.
You know, that just sounds like you're our parents now.
I don't care. That shit's gonna happen.
Like and subscribe. Follow for more. Like, subscribe, follow for more. Like, subscribe.
No.
Smash that like button.
Mage has never known Markiplier. Well, then again.
Can you live life without knowing about what Iron Lung?
Oh. Well, basically to put it Mage, to put it in short, he's literally one of the first YouTubers.
Give me that.
He's literally one of the first YouTubers that did Five Nights at Freddy's. Like,
no, he's the king of Five Nights.
well, he was one of the first that found it.
No, but now he's called the king of Five
The
Nights at
king
Freddy's.
of Five Nights
No,
at Freddy's.
you're Lord.
The king. I knew that, but I was saying he was one of them because are we not going to acknowledge, PewDiePie or
Markiplier
Jacksepticeye
was, like, one of the
or
main YouTubers
Game
back in
Theory /
2010
Matt
that
Pat?
was in
Yeah.
I don't know what those
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he was one of the first kind of founding fathers, of YouTube or some shit,
There's a lot of family fathers of YouTube.
I don't know. There's too many people that even people are like, oh, this guy. And I'm like, who the fuck's that? Yeah. I don't know that person. I know this guy, but not this guy. Yeah. Look him up. You'll see videos, tons and tons of stuff. He's been doing this for years. He's literally now a director of Iron Lung. We kind of dropped that once or twice before, which I hope we get to see because I don't know if it's coming to streaming yet.
I know it came to DVD.
We talked about his series. We talked about his TV show that came out on Amazon. Oh my gosh. The Edge of Sleep. We literally talked about Edge of Sleep. That's Markiplier, for God's sake, Mage. Yeah.
Grandma.
Pretty much. What else was I going to say with the Aladdin thing? I don't remember, but there was something I remembered that I remember thinking, I was like, yeah, they kind of skipped a little bit out on this, but I mean, it's pretty much, again, you cram in so much and they just go, let's just throw that out, let's just put it all in here. And I liked the duo of Jafar and of Iago. Of course, Iago's
No monkey.
No, that was it. Thank you. There was no Abu. There was no Abu in this, which it made no sense to me. Which, not that he's a crucial character, but I mean,
Kinda, because that's the whole way that the.
that's what I was gonna say. Was that he's not crucial, but you have this character that is Aladdin's only
Was it this
friend.
time he tripped or something? What did they do to like change it? He tripped or something and touched it?
I have no idea. Yeah. Oh yeah. He didn't. Yes. Yes. That's the other thing. I was going more in the direction of just in general because Abu's like the sidekick to Aladdin. You gotta have like he's like from a normal average person, they look at Aladdin going, "Oh, he's friends with a monkey." That's kind of sad, but that's the point.
Yeah. I never looked at it like that.
No, I'm saying the people like actually in the movie. Because the way they look down at Aladdin, I feel like
I just thought they looked down at him because he was a thief and he was poor.
Well, yes, but it's
not because his only friend was a monkey. That's crazy.
I'm adding fuel to the fire that they look down on him because he's a street rat. They look down on him because he's poor. They look down on him because of this. It adds. I feel like it. Point being is that it's his only friend since no one else really sees him as a good person. They just see him as you're just poor, you're ugly, you're not going to go anywhere, you're worthless and low life. So like Abu's kind of like the little support that Aladdin sometimes needs.
Okay, how did you put the other stuff on?
Other stuff on
the TV.
What do you mean?
The Wish.
Oh, I had it from Disney Plus.
Oh, that's why. Never mind.
What? Oh, you're gonna put something else on? Okay.
Either
Okay.
that or put back the Disney thing.
Okay.
So I can have my phone back.
Okay. That's fine. I didn't know what you were doing. That's why.
What was I doing?
Well, I don't know if you're gonna.
Trying to go back to watching.
The Digital Circus.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I'll put on something else. I have no idea. What do you guys want that I can put on? Said.
Yeah, put something on that'll be copyrighted. God knows we need it.
Maybe not. Never mind. But no. The other thing, is no one grabs the item because there's the specific jewel that obviously triggers the Cave of Wonders. There's nothing there to trigger it other than Aladdin just like, whoa, he just trips and falls, and then that's it. And it felt just so. That part felt rushed because.
You're gonna put the other one?
Yeah, I finished the wish. Unless you want me to go back to the
Damn,
wish.
that's how long you've been talking? Lord.
I don't know. It's only an hour and a half. It's only an hour and a half. Only an hour and a half. Only. Yeah, but that part was rushed because it's just Jafar's like, "Hey, let me help you out, Aladdin." No disguise, no old man disguise, or there was an old man disguise. Well, my point is, they skipped a lot of. He's in the prison. He meets Jafar disguised. Then bring the lamp only, and then Abu makes him fall because he stabs him or stabbed Jafar because he had the lamp. And he's like, ah! And then all of a sudden, where is the lamp? I can't believe we lost it. And next thing you know, Abu's like, here's the lamp.
He also didn't get cement shoes in this one either.
Oh my god. Yeah, pretty much. But they cut a lot around it. But yeah,
Like the cement shoes.
But they only, granted, they have carpet, which I like. That carpet is obviously a person cartwheeling and doing cool shit, and they kind of animate it, which is cool. But you have a Yago puppet, but you can't do a Boo. You can't sit there and have.
Want another person in a suit.
They could, yeah, but you could have a puppet.
Pause it.
Pause it is crazy.
No.
I'm saying a puppet, not what you just said. They can do a bird. They can do someone holding a bird puppet, quote unquote, flying around, but they can't have a little puppet holding a Boo. They did that shit for Scuttle. They did that shit for Flounder and Sebastian. I literally just said that, and they couldn't do a little cute little monkey and had it mimic to, or not mimic.
Yes.
Mimic? No. ad lib the audio track or something of monkey sounds.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. You're proving my argument. Thank you. Yeah. But when it came to the last night, which was pirate night, they have a whole thing where essentially there's two things that happen. You have one show early in the evening that's basically yar, pirates taking over, and it's Captain Hook, yar, and his crew and Navy crew, and Mickey comes in and Minnie and the gang come in and they're like, oh no, we're being attacked by pirates, let's stop them, yo ho. But the thing we missed. There's a thing we missed that they have a little stunt show, I guess, not stunt show, but a little show with like, oh no, pirates have taken over, and then boom, that shit happens, and then it's, oh, we did it, we stopped Captain Hook, yay, and then Jack Sparrow makes an appearance, and after that, there's a firework thing where there's a pirate band that just performs songs, and prior to the evening, prior to the show or prior to the evening, they had on the deck, the main deck, they had played Muppet Treasure Island to kind of go with the vibe of pirates, which I thought was great. It was cool, and it gave me an excuse to be like, yeah, I love Muppet Treasure Island. Rewatched Muppet Treasure Island. We wound up rewatching that when we got back to our room, and I sat through Flubber 3 times, I think, or twice already, because we watched. Huh?
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say what?
Don't say I fell asleep.
I didn't say I did. I was going to say that I sat through it 3 times because we had to rewatch it again. Because you wanted to watch it. You wanted to know what happened. And I said, this stuff happens. You said, oh. And I was like, yeah. It's one of those movies that I remember really liking a lot when I was younger. But I then realized when I got older, I was like, oh, it's just kind of, it's cute, but it's not great, really. Yeah. It's okay. Like, it's just a generic, there's some fun stuff, but it's also generic too. Like, I don't know. Some of it. That bird's more important than that monkey is wild to say.
I mean, I think plot-wise, he kind of is, isn't he?
Yeah, but still, that's brutal. Give me a second here, people.
Run. Wow. You planned on yapping that long?
No.
You didn't think about that?
Well, it was charged already.
Yeah, but you've been yapping and yapping, so of course it's not fast.
I've done this stuff before. It's not my first rodeo. It's not my first rodeo, I promise. But we had Pirate Night, which was kind of cool. And for, not Pirate Night, but I think either before Pirate Night or after it, they give you one final, of course, dining experience, which also, I just remember we did Castaway Cay, but we'll get to that in a second. And there was tons of pictures we took for sure. But with the last dining experience you get is we got to experience this one called 1932 or 1942. And it's 1932, because that was the year when Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. No, it's not.
Oh my God.
What?
So why did you rehearse this? Oh my God.
Why didn't I rehearse this? There were certain things I had planned, and there was things I wanted to specifically say.
Couldn't write a sticky note, huh?
Maybe I should have, but either way, one of those years was when Snow White and Seven Dwarfs was released in theaters, of course, and then they have in the background this very nice elegantness to it. You got like a whole thing contributing to Walt Disney and Roy Disney, and there's things like rough sketches of like a lot of the characters, like let's say something like from the old Mickey Mouse shorts or something from Alice in Wonderland, and even some of the newer ones that they have, like of course Tangled, and then there's Peter Pan. I loved how it was just so elegant, but also the little nods and little touches again. I have a soft spot for small details and big details, so love that. And then it was a good time. It was a great night, honestly. And then I think afterwards we wound up doing not this, but there's a Star Wars lounge or a Star Wars bar they have, which was cool. A little pricey on things, but it was cool. And they do, I think there's been videos out there before, but they have the drink with the bubble that kind of poofs and explodes kind of in your face thing.
This is you.
Was it me? What do you mean? The Italian style? Do I want it? Did I open it? Yes. At one point I did. Why?
Why are you eating shredded cheese out of the bag?
No, I used it for something. I know I did.
Eat the whole bag.
I didn't eat the whole bag.
I need
Oh, you need the whole bag. There's still a whole bag, no? Or is it half? Oh, that's half then. Okay, fair enough.
If your lasagna isn't cheesy,
Damn. And then the night ended off with that, and the final farewell was this thing where all the characters had a thing on the stage where it was magic and wish and make your wishes come true and sort of that cheesy stuff, but it was cute, especially for families, and especially it was just cute in general. It was funny. We literally had the characters were getting ready, and everyone's getting pictures and all, and we were last people to get a picture with Minnie. And the cast member was like, "You guys have 5 seconds to get a picture of Minnie now." And then she's like, "Okay, now Minnie's got to go and take her place in the stage." And we were like, "Damn." It was funny though, but damn. But it was a cute show. It was nice because they had a little thing of like a kiss goodnight, as Disney uses it they use it for that term for they use that term for when they do the nighttime shows at the Disney parks, and they use it for other stuff, but the term of their kiss goodnight. So like to end off the night, here is this magical thing, a nice goodbye to end off, like, wow, what a day sort of vibe. So that's what they did with the last show for the cruise, with this thing with the characters, and boom, this happened. It got darker, the stars aligned, and it got brighter, and it changed little colors, and just a fine little cute thing like that, and it was great. As for, like I said, we got tons of pictures of ourselves. We got pictures with Donald at one point at Castaway Cay, which that time we got to do the private island, not the private island, the private pool area, the private beach area. The adult only area, because it was nice with the kids and the families, but it was crazy. So we decided, you know what, we're gonna take the extra step, and we went and had a nice just relaxation and all. And the spa we had, that was worth our entire soul, but it was worth it. Massage, everything that was included with it, all the stuff with the scented oils and shit. I was like, wow. It's like I've never done something like this, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because that was so good.
When I told you we should do it, and you looked at me skeptical, like maybe I won't enjoy it.
Did I?
Yeah, you were like, I don't know. I was like, really?
Well, I thought it would.
We could do it together.
I didn't know, because I thought you were just gonna go. I didn't know it could be a couples thing, because throughout the cruise, they knew we had just gotten married and we were on our honeymoon, and they kind of brought that up a few times. And then even when we did that spa, they said we can do like a couples thing for you guys, and I was like, wow. Okay, all right. So I was so relaxed to the point where I have, like, my thoughts, my brain was nowhere and everywhere. I was almost like on a weird cloud nine of like my thoughts were thinking of things but didn't make any sense, but also did make sense. I was just like, fuck it, this is great. Like, oh, this is great. And I was like, wow. I was like, that was an experience for sure. And oh my gosh, there's all this extensive stuff to it. But oh my gosh, it was seriously a wonderful, wonderful time, wonderful experience, and a lovely thing, and the best thing that I will never forget, and it will be one of the best things ever, and nothing could top it. I mean, granted, we've had so many vacations and adventures together, but this one is the best because this is where we are now married, of course, and it's wonderful to say that. It's great to say that. And like I said, we took tons of pictures, and we have not a lot of stuff. Oh man, did we get stuff, but it was worth it in the end. I want to be careful though, because we do have our bottles from the wedding, so I don't want to do anything with that. I do want to put those in. Do you want to put those somewhere, or should we just put them in the fridge?
In the fridge.
Okay, I don't know if we want to do anything special with them because it's from our wedding.
It's just juice.
Well, I don't know. But that's fine. But haul time. This is a card that is for us and our own eyes only. Huh? Trying to make sure everything is, I guess, approved. Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, everything here is approved. Cool. But yeah, oh my gosh, not only did I get the hat, of course, but I also got myself with a shirt here. I know for a fact. Shirt number 1. This was from Lookout K. I love this because the way the colors are, and it looks just cool. That's pretty much it. I just like it. Design's great. Wow. This here on my lap is a Christmas ornament for us to have from the Disney Wish. And this is literally the actual ship. And bear in mind, any Disney cruise ship anyone does, it literally is not the same thing, but they literally look the same. It's going to be the same white, black, or blue, and then red funnels. And then you'll have some sort of form of a slide or some sort of ride off the edge or close to the edge, but it's safe, so don't worry. This is Disney Cruise. We wanted to find something specifically that said 2026, but this is the best that we got for it, which is really great. So now we have that for our Christmas attire and our Christmas things. This is her shirt. Very cute. Got all the characters on it. You got Captain Minnie and Captain Mickey, because the new thing is the newer ships have Captain Mickey and Captain Minnie, like co-captains and all. So cute shirt. It's a really great shirt. My wife has really good taste. Right. And then the pins. All the pins we spent, because there's some that we wanted to get for ourselves, some we wanted to get for family and other stuff. But I will point them out if I can grab them. And we still have the sparkles or the little confetti from the show last night. Castaway K. This is for us, I'm pretty sure, but still. Most of these will go in the pin case I have, except for one, but we'll sort those out in a moment, but still. And oh yeah, the costumes or the little outfits that the characters had at each island, both Castaway and Lookout K, super cute, super cute. There were so many moments that they just popped up and said, "Hey, you want to get a picture?" And it was cute. All of them are really cute. This is another one that's super cute. Another one of Mickey and Minnie. Very cute, very sweet. Aww. That's sweet of you, Brandon. That's really sweet, but she has done a hell of a job, but that's really sweet. This is one that Belle really wanted, and I think this is the one that we're not gonna put in the pin case, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. Was it this one, honey?
The one with Captain Minnie in front of the ship.
Yes. Okay. This one I would love to keep, but I'm giving this one to my dad just because I think it's really cool and I want to give this to him for Father's Day. And I think he likes Donald more than Mickey, if I'm being honest. I don't know why. I feel like I remember something like that, even whether that's the case or not the point. I thought it'd be cool. So that's for him, which I should probably could have put with his card, but I'll take care of that later. This one I specifically wanted because it's Stitch and Angel. It's Stitch and Bertie Boo. The Bertie Boo. I have a soft spot for that, so that one's mine, of course. And then this one's the other 2026. We have literally gotten 2 of these or 3 other of these because one for ourselves, one for my mother-in-law, and one for her friend. So I thought those were adorable. And then, oh yeah, this little, am I right to show this? The little pendant or the little thing from Pandora?
Yeah.
Okay. This was really cute since the lore here, well, not the lore for this one, but lore in general is, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know. When we went for my birthday 2 years ago, we went to Hollywood Studios and there was a specific charm, a specific necklace that was for engagement, for wedding stuff that Bella saw. And in that moment, she was just in such starstruck. And I said, I'm going to buy that for you. And she said, no. And I said, yes, I will. And I bought that for her. And she was in such tears and she has such feelings for it. And I love it and adore it so much. So she wanted to also get this. And there were so many times that I said, let me take care of that. She said, no, I'll put it on the card. Because a lot of times when you go on a Disney cruise or a cruise ship in general, or you go to like Bahamas, or you go to an island, or you go somewhere elsewhere, you're the only form of basically of payment or transactions is you use your room key, or not your room key, but you use the room key and you put it on your tab and you put it towards the room. So we had a lot of times we had to do that because they don't take credit cards or they don't take American money. So we had to do that for a lot of times. And that, I think, was for one of those times. If not, we had to use the card. We have a credit, not we, but she has a credit card. But anyways, but that was definitely something really cute that she wanted. So that's another charm that she gets to keep and she gets to own. And then another shirt. This was mine. I thought this was great with the Mickey ears, and this was another just cruise ship in general. I was tempted to get another Castaway Key shirt, but I was like, no, I have this for now, and then worst comes to worst, we'll do it next time, or we'll do another one, maybe for our anniversary of our wedding anniversary, or perhaps in 5 years when we have kids or something. Who knows? But we'll figure that out when that time comes. And then, of course, I got her Minnie ears because I love doing Minnie ears and Mickey ears for her. And half of them that I've gotten for her, and some that she got for herself when we were out, like at the parks. So it means more. It's still special nonetheless. So this was one that for sure, I know for a fact I definitely got. So these are really cute. And then she got herself a nice sun hat, which was really cute. And we have the receipts to prove everything in here. And then that's pretty much all. There's some other stuff, but that's for our sake to keep and look at. So, well, actually, just the one thing. But I have all the photos and all the videos to prove it, which brings me back to here, which is I have on my phone all the videos I took on the cruise. And so I tried to not cover everything, but there was times where I was like, I want to do this. And then there's times like, you know what? I want to put it away because this is my honeymoon. I want to enjoy it with my wife. And yes, we could document it for ourselves, but I thought, here's some stuff that maybe we can use for vlog material. And so here's where you guys come in on this. let me know in the chat, in the comments. Let me know in the chat and in the comments of this on if you guys want to see all the videos, because I have at least half of them. I did up to, I think, when we did Lookout Key, because afterwards, a lot of the other videos and other times I didn't really do a lot of videography because we were just, it was kind of just hard to really do a lot of it, because anytime we would go to our corridors, it was so crammed to try and, squeeze in between, people coming through our way and then other people coming in the way of things. So I rarely got any footage of that. There was rarely any footage of Pirate Night or any of the shows, because during the shows we went to go see, they prohibit you from recording or doing photography. So anytime someone had their phone out during, let's say, when we watched Little Mermaid, someone literally said, "Can you put that away, please?" And just cut that shit and shut that shit down, because they just don't do that, which is weird, because there is some videos out there on YouTube, but I think that's because those are the official videos. I don't know. I've seen that there's the Toy Story one. There's some other footage out there that people have caught here and there. So some people have it. So I don't know if that's from Disney officially or Disney Cruise Line officially, or from, I don't know, maybe it's just a different day and age because technology is more effective in our lives, that there's no flash photography or videography at all for productions like this. Even for when the Pirate Night was done, the casting director or the director said, "Okay, everybody, so we're going to do a little rehearsal. So please, no flash photography or no video recording whatsoever during our rehearsal. And now we can go." And then the whole do this 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it was funny because I was like, damn, I was like taken back to when I used to take dance. Shut up. Anyways, so there was a lot of moments that it was kind of hard to really dance around doing footage of stuff. So here's the thought, guys, and I need a lot of you to either say yes or no to this. Is it worth showing you guys everything from doing day 1, day 2, day 3, and then literally there's like 2 or 3 clips that I can merge into 4 and 5, because it's not that much really. That's why towards the end of our trip, I said, is it really worth it? And that's why I'm kind of also doing this, is it worth putting all these vlogs together and then just not having a complete set? Or you guys don't care, whatever it is, let me know in this chat, in this comments section. So please let me know that, and I'll appreciate that a ton. And then I'll take care of it from there and take it from there. But for now, here's this, and then I'm going to start getting back into videos and start doing other stuff. Like I said, I have my Mando and Grogu thing recorded already. It's obviously here. I wanted to do it on the cruise, but that's fine. But anyways, other than that, I'm going to get back to other stuff I had planned. We can get back to streams, of course. I know one of these days I will look into a capture card for the Switch. And then there's games that I definitely have in mind for myself, and then I have in mind for Belle that we can do. So leave suggestions for any of us if you want to see what's next, what should be the next stream, movie review, top 10, TV show, whatever it is. I suggested, I think before I left for our honeymoon, I said if you guys could ask questions, because I'm looking to potentially do a Q&A again. So that way, maybe I'll do a Q&A for 2026. So if you guys want, leave those suggestions and then leave some questions using the hashtag Q&A 2026 or whatever 2026, something related to the potential of a Q&A perhaps happening either this year, and if it doesn't happen, then next year. But I've thought of the idea of doing that. If there's anything else you guys want to suggest to me going forward, whether now or in the next video, whatever it is, feel free to let me know down below, and then also in the chat, like I said, as well. Let's do, I think, 5 more minutes and we're going to wrap up, because I think that pretty much kind of recaps a majority of certain things and most of everything, because pretty much all I wanted to kind of do on here, kind of do like a podcast vibe, stream vibe to it, and just kind of talk about all things, the ship we had, the wonderful honeymoon we had, not necessarily the wedding, but obviously the wedding was the best thing, and I will always take that with me forever to my grave. And I couldn't ask for a better person. I couldn't ask for anyone more than Belle, honestly. And it makes me just filled with so much joy that it's, we've been living together before we got married, but now it's cemented more now more than ever. And for years, I always thought of the idea of, I can't wait for it. Even before I proposed, I can't wait to do these things. And, whenever we hung out together and we went on a date, it felt like we've known each other for years, and it felt like we were almost like a married couple. Even when we were at her house and we were just sitting by the kitchen and she's making dinner and I'm helping her, I just felt like that dream vision of, I can see us doing that when we're married, and you're doing dinner and I'm doing this, or you're sitting with me on the couch and we're live streaming together. I love the little thoughts in my brain were there from the get-go, and I have that life now, and it's warming. It's the same but different because it obviously hasn't set in fully, but it will over time. Of that, I'm her husband and she's my wife. And I forgot what else I was going to say afterwards because I totally just forgot. Literally, I had something in my thought process and I said, damn, I just poofed. It went away like that. So he'll probably come back to me later, which sucks, but no big deal. But I'll give you guys a couple more minutes if you guys want to ask me anything just for now, or if you want to suggest anything for me for now, then by all means. But that's pretty much all, honestly. I'm so humbled. I'm so thrilled. I'm excited for what we have in store and what life will have in store for us, really, genuinely, through it all. And I wish we can do it. I wish I can kind of not do it again, but I wish we can go back to. I wish that either the cruise didn't have to be so short, because once we got on land, it was like boom. That once we hit land, it was like 6 or 7 in the morning. I was like, wow, we already are on land. We're already back home. And I said, damn, I didn't want this to end so soon. I wish this would have been longer. I think that's what I want to say is I wish this was longer. That's the only thing is I wish we did it more, and we will probably down the line. But damn, once the vacation, once the magic, and once that life ends, you just go, man, I want to go back to doing that over again. And would I do it over again? 100%. Would it mean that we would have to go through all the troubles of paying off the cruise and the honeymoon and the wedding? I don't know if I'd go that far. Would it be worth it? 100%. But would I do it all over again? Of course I would. But that wedding is just the best ever. If I could relive that memory again already, I so would. It was great. It was fun. I was happy that our families got to just be there. We finally got to make it official for everybody and make it official for ourselves. And it was just it was filled with so much in the heart, so much in the feels, and a lot of fun, and a great to see everyone there that made it, and people that couldn't make it. I appreciate those that tried to or were attempting to, but unfortunately couldn't due to technical difficulties. A lot of fun, a lot of great vibes, a lot of romantic vibes, a lot of party rocking, a lot of shuffling, even though we didn't really actually get to party rock because there were songs that we had picked, and I don't know if they played during when we were doing pictures, but all I know is that some songs were played probably when we were busy doing our pictures, because we had photographers, of course, getting pictures of us in the sun, picture of us at night, picture of us here, picture of us there. So we were half experiencing our greatest moment and our biggest moment ever, but also having this moment of like, it was special, but also, hey, we gotta get a picture here. We gotta get a picture here. Hell, let's try one down here. Let's try one up here. So I don't know if Party Rock was one of the songs that played, because we so wanted to have that in there, and those others that I suggested that I was like, oh man. And it's not a complaint. It's just funny that the choices of songs that the DJ had and that we selected that he picked from, but also he kind of threw in others as well. Like all of a sudden we're surrounding like in a dance circle, and then he's like, so we know who's a Star Wars fan, right? And we're standing there so confused, and he drops this remix of the Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I just stood there, and then I was like, this is so weird. And even Bella thought it was so weird. And then I guess what kind of made it, I guess my Belle's uncle, her Tio, made it less uncomfortable. He comes in swinging his lightsaber, and then I kind of swung back with him to just have fun. I was like, okay. I was like, he made it less awkward, so thank God. But this is just something we'll have forever, and I can't wait to just I just can't wait to say, like, tell my kids of this or whatever. I don't know. I'm just so happy. It made me so happy, and I'm glad we did this, and I hope that we can do like an anniversary thing, and maybe we will. I think after Bella and I did our first cruise, she definitely was like, yeah, we want to do this. We want to do another one. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but we definitely want to do this again. You know, another cruise somewhere down the line, whether it's the older ones or whatever. I have no idea. I think the older ones are cheaper. The reason why we were able to basically seal the deal on a Disney Wish, which is one of the newer ones, is because of the fact that it aligned so perfectly, because it was literally, we got married, and then a day after we then left for Cape Canaveral, and then boom, we then headed onto our ship, and it just aligned so perfectly. Well, thank you so much anyways, Brandon, and enjoy your experience and enjoy your cruise. I know it's not, it doesn't compare, but I really do hope you have a great time, even though I've told you otherwise. But do enjoy yourselves and have a wonderful time. But I think I'll do 2 more minutes with you guys, and then that'll be it, I think. What's next? Oh, Lookout Key. Speaking of the magic of Lookout Key. So you guys will see that a little bit. Not sponsored. Wish I was sponsored. But I'll give you guys 2 more minutes, and then that is going to be it for tonight. So I'd appreciate if you guys have anything. Let me know now. If not, let me know in the comments of this. So after that, I will freaking after this, we're gonna watch The Amazing Digital Circus, and I don't know. I have a lot to look at and see, and oh my gosh, yep. Everyone's already like, oh my gosh, The Amazing Digital Circus, it finally happened. I think it's gonna be so interesting that this show is gonna end. It's weird that it's gonna end, but as they say, all good things have to come to an end, and it's like, damn, it's gonna be like that. I just want to check things. Check. I think at the end of the day, even though people are gonna be mad that, oh my gosh, this is gonna be over, because I feel like people will get a little upset, which is fair. But I think what will happen also is we will have ourselves more opportunities for other shows to spring up from the horizons, or rise up from the ashes, I should say, because as much as this is going to be, however this show is going to end, I am going to be really glad that we experienced this show. I don't know if I'm going to immediately review this series, really. I don't think I will just yet, because I have so many other reviews I had planned before the honeymoon and then before Mando and Grogu. And then I said, well, I'm going to do these at least first. And then at some point I will get through TV shows, because there are so many TV shows I've watched in the past 4 months, 3 months, 2 months. And I'm like, wrote notes down and said, I will do this review in, let's say, 2 months. I will do this review in 5 months. I will do this review next year. Whenever I get to it, I get to it. But right now, the ones I want to do are some specific I have in mind. So look out for that. Some specifics. Some. Just some. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Figure it out. But anyways, a lot of that. I'm not going to talk about the Digital Circus just yet. I might have my thoughts. I have ideas of it. But with it ending, even though this door is going to close, more doors are going to open because Glitch is now going to, of course, have the Gameverse series that they just started. The pilot for that. The pilot for Guinevere. The pilot for Gaslight District. All these shows that they already have their pilots for. They're going to eventually start getting episodes for, and hopefully they start getting episodes for because new shows, and now that one show is over, another show can start. But that's going to do it for all. I thank you all for at least the 3 of you that at least tuned in. I thank you guys for at least tuning in. And anyone else that checks us out on the replay, feel free to leave stuff in the comments. Any suggestions you guys have. If you want to leave questions for the Q&A, please do so. I wouldn't mind doing a Q&A. I haven't done one in like an actual video in a while of a Q&A, so that'd be great. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell. I do new videos every day of the week. Share the video with family and friends. All the good stuff and more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll do as possible. Like I said, thank you to the 3 of you at least that stuck around and at least hung out with me. Tom, Brandon, Mage Wolf, at least the 3 of you were here for it. Hopefully you guys do check it out. So that way, like I said, if you guys want to see those videos, you want to see those vlogs, let me know in the comments. If you guys have something else you want, if you don't want to see them, that's fine. If you don't want them, cool. If you do want them, let me know. So I will figure those out because I literally have those I'll show you. They are literally sitting in my editing, my Premiere. So literally, these are all of them. So of course, you see the first one right where the mouse is. That's of course the one I did for Mando and Grogu, and then this was a short I did literally a couple days ago. You guys can go check that out. Did a couple of those because we had my wife do Deer Simulator, and then everything else is literally just cruise. If I can slide it more, cruise. See, like you can see day 1, day 2. There's a 3rd day in there. And like I said, there's not a lot for the 4th and 5th day, so I can maybe just merge those 2, or if you guys want to just see clips, shorts, whatever those, it's literally just not even that much of it. So I don't know, it's up to you guys. But I kind of do have some material to do, so let me know down below. And like I said, I have a few videos, a few reviews I kind of want to do. I have to sort through my list because I have a list of stuff, and I'm kind of pick from there. Like I want to do this one, I want to do this one, I want to do this. But right now, I've got Mando and Grogu, and then once that's done, move on to the next thing. And once that's done, move on to the next thing. Anyways, guys, is there anything you want to say, baby? No.
Well, maybe it'd be helpful for the oven to start preheating if I turned it on.
Oh, I thought dinner for a second was done. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, but anyways, guys, like I said, look out for all that stuff and let me know all your suggestions and anything, and look out for plenty of adventures with myself, many adventures with the 2 of us, and many other things to come. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.